tell me a little bit about yourself and a little bit about your district.
Well, my name's Swedzinski. I'm going to be representing 21A, which is Lyon County and kind of the northern portion of 3/4 of Redwood County. We're mostly agricultural. We have a couple larger cities, Marshall, Minnesota being one of them. Kind of the base there is Schwann's Ice Cream. That's kind of their mainstay there, and Ralco Nutrition and the ADM ethanol plant. And we also have Redwood Falls, which is kind of the other county seed in the district. They have Dectronics, electronics, and a few other manufacturers there in town. So, mostly myself. I farm, and I have a small welding business. I farm in Lincoln County and in Lyon County, and yeah, I live by Ghent, Minnesota with my wife, Jessica.
Well, what led you to run for state representative?
Well, my wife and I were visiting one day really about the state of our economy, the direction of our country. And it really got us to thinking, on our family level, we're planning forward with life insurance and college education. That's how we're preparing our family for the future, saving for retirement. And I really got concerned about what we're doing and how we're preparing for our next generation of kids as a whole, as a country, as a state. And, what is the legacy we're going to be passing on to them? And that's really, I felt that we were going in a direction, and we are continue to go in a direction that I don't think is conducive to economic freedom, personal liberty. That's why I decided to run.
If you could offer up the first bill of this session, what would it be?
Well, I think the biggest issue is going to be balancing the budget without raising taxes. And, I think we want to have jobs. We need to have a thriving economic engine here in the state of Minnesota by growing business, by luring other, companies from other states to come here. If you look at California, they've lost, from the beginning of the year, over 150 companies have left California to go to Texas. Why are they leaving? It's the tax climate. It's their friendliness to business. If we want to employ people, we're going to have to become a friendlier place. And so I think, looking at for sure just holding the line on taxes, and then looking at what other places that we can do to, other pieces of legislation that we can do to really make Minnesota a friendlier place. So.
When the end of session finally rolls around in May, what will determine whether or not you have been a successful legislator? Well,
I think, hopefully sticking to what I believe in, and hopefully representing my district, which is representing the people that elected me. I think those are two key things, and hopefully leaving it better than we started. I think you ask anyone, we're in for some interesting times. And, to have success as a legislator, I think at the end of session, which is only 6 months away, it seems like a lifetime because we have such big things to tackle. But I think the foundation of what we have as a benchmark is to say, have we turned the ship? We might not have put it in gear yet, but have we turned the ship? And I think if I could say that as a legislator, I would call that a success.
If you could sit down and have a conversation with anyone living or deceased, who would it be, and what would you talk about?
I think Abraham Lincoln would be an interesting guy to talk to, just with the unique times that he lived in. Those are, and some of maybe our forefathers too. But I'd say, maybe Thomas Jefferson and Lincoln would be very interesting fellows to talk to.